Assalamu alaikum. I am Luqman 𝐀𝐶 and this is 𝐻𝐤𝐬 Academy. In today's episode, inshallah, we will know the different shape of the connected letter, which is a letter Hamza. And this is a big story, by the way. So be prepared and stay tuned.
𝐻𝐤𝐬 Academy.
This is just to remind you that we are explaining using Al-Minhaj book, the official book of 𝐻𝐤𝐬 Academy. So let's start our big story today with the letter Hamza. So we will take, as always, these forms: the isolated, initial, middle, and final. So this is the main shape of the letter Hamza when it comes by itself. Okay, this is the main shape. What does the main shape, what does when it comes by itself? Wait, we will discover inshallah in this episode. So what about the initial form of the letter Hamza? Letter Hamza has one initial form or different initial forms, okay? And the same for middle and the same for final. It's just one shape or different shapes? Let's discover this. So the initial form of the letter Hamza, actually we have different forms, and not depending on the type of font. No, we have different forms, okay? That's each one of them is used in certain cases, but is not the subject of this today. We just know the shape, okay? So this is one of the initial forms of the letter Hamza when it comes by itself, as you can see it here, okay? And the other shape, this one, so it might comes above al-alif, okay? As you can see, this is alif and this is Hamza, right? Okay, so this is an important point because a lot of students deal with shape or this letter as alif, and this is completely wrong. This is Hamza, not alif. So whenever you see al-Hamza above al-alif, okay, forget al-alif and just consider al-Hamza. Okay, this is Hamza. Okay, the letter after it is al-Hamza but below the letter alif, not as this shape, okay? So it comes in these two cases, whether below or above. Okay, so what about the middle form of the letter Hamza? We have this also above al-Hamza but a line before because it's connectable to the letter before. Okay, what about the next? The next we have this, it's like al-ya, it's called nabra, hamzatun ala nabra, this Hamza. And then we have this shape al-Hamza above al-waw. So al-Hamza above al-waw, it's a Hamza, or waw, it's a Hamza. Forget this waw. Why I said that? Because a lot of students, when they read, when I teach them Arabic reading, when they see this shape, they read it like waw, not Hamza. No. So al-Hamza, whether it's above al-alif or al-ya or al-nabra or al-waw, just forget al-waw, just forget al-nabra, just forget al-alif. It's Hamza, okay? It's Hamza. Don't read it like waw, ya or alif. What about the final form? The final form, we can use the isolated form, and we can use the al-alif above al-Hamza, sorry, above al-alif, and we can use this shape that's above al-ya. Okay, so these are the different shapes of the letter Hamza in these different forms: initial, middle, and final. So are you ready to take examples? Okay, let's get into it. So we will take first the examples of the initial form. Okay, so this is Al-Hamza in the initial form, the first shape, آمنة. Okay, the next example, آسفة. So this is Al-Hamza above Al-Alif, as we can see here. Okay, and then we have إلى, as you can see Al-Hamza below Al-Alif, as we can see here. So whenever you see Al-Alif above or below, when you see Al-Hamza, sorry, above or below Al-Alif, forget Al-Alif. Forget Al-Alif. This is Hamza. Okay, and by the way, Al-Alif, we can't read Al-Alif at the beginning of the word, so it will not be confusing. What about the middle form, the examples of the middle form? Let's take the examples. Ba's. Okay, as you can see Al-Alif here, and then we have Bi'sa, as you can see here, Al-Hamza ala nabra, and we have lastly Bu's, as you can see Al-Hamza above Al-Waw. Okay, so now this is Al-Hamza above Al-Alif and Al-Hamza above Al-Nabra, which looks like Al-Ya, and Al-Hamza above Al-Waw. So forget Al-Waw, forget Al-Nabra or Al-Ya. This is Hamza. Don't read this like Ya and don't read this like Waw. Okay, so let's take the last examples of the final forms. So we have this shape Ma, as we can see this final form, and we have also Naba, this shape, as you can see here in the middle of these shapes, not in the middle of the word. Okay, and we have finally Bari, Bari'u, Al-Hamza above Al-Ya, as you can see this shape. So whenever you see Al-Hamza above Al-Ya, forget Al-Ya. This is Hamza. Okay, are you ready to take the conclusion of this page? Let's move into it. This is the conclusion of this page. Al-Hamza can be written by itself or below Al-Alif, on top of Al-Alif, or Al-Ya, or Al-Waw. Okay, all these shapes are the shapes of Al-Hamza. So let's clarify them more. This is Al-Hamza by itself, and this is Al-Hamza below Al-Alif, and this is Al-Hamza on the top of Al-Alif, and this is Al-Hamza in the top of Al-Ya, and this is Al-Hamza on the top of Al-Waw. I will say it again. Whenever you see Al-Hamza above Al-Ya or above Al-Waw, forget Al-Waw and forget Al-Ya. This is Hamza. Read it like Hamza. I tell you that. Consider this a secret. Consider this an advice. Consider this a tip, because I taught a lot of students and all of them made that mistake. Okay, don't consider this as well or a Ya. Just once you see Al-Hamza, read it like Hamza, whatever is above Al-Alif, Ya or Waw, Nabra. This is the conclusion of this episode. I hope this point is clear. And now, Alhamdulillah, we came to the end of this episode. So if you have any question, just let me know in the comment section below. And Alhamdulillah, I hope now you understand this episode, especially if you have a cup of coffee, as I told you in the last episode. So سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك. Now we came to the end of this episode. So if you want to follow up the next episodes, consider subscribing. Also, if you want a qualified Quran tutor, whether for yourself or your kids, we are providing online Quran classes. Don't forget to check out our app. See you inshallah in the next episode. Assalamu alaikum.
Shaykhi Academy. Learn and enjoy.